vacation and I am so stoked, but the mom guilt has definitely settled in. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that we are doing and preparing our kids ahead of time for leaving them for 5 days, and also some of the surprises we have for them along the way to help it be a little bit more seamless and them being, you know, somewhat okay with us leaving. Hi mamas out there, my name is Sierra McDowell and I'm so happy that you are here joining me. When I was 5 years old, I vividly remember my mom dropping me off at my grandparents' house, and I was so scared of not having her there for those few days that I felt sick to my stomach. It was something that was like, oh, my mom's gonna abandon me. And I know that is dramatic, but in a 5-year-old's mind, that's what it feels like. You know, it's important for parents to be able to get away and also work on their marriage, because if your marriage isn't okay, then the family system's not going to be okay. And so she decided that she was going anyway, and I was beside myself with anxiety and fear. But she did one thing that really helped me in that time of staying with my grandparents that I want to share with you, but I'm going to share that part at the end, so make sure that you stick around for that. First off, I have to say, for all of you mamas out there that are in the adoption process or that have adopted a child recently, this is where a lot of my guilt is coming from, because we have been focused so much in the attachment and the bonding and building a firm foundation that now this idea of leaving our son with the other two is kind of making me feel like I'm a bad mom. Or that I shouldn't be leaving him. And so I'm really trying to focus in on, without us coming home and him feeling like we abandoned him or left him behind and feeling displaced and discomforted and dealing with the backlash. So I will let you know how this went and if these things actually helped. Okay, so first off, we have a calendar countdown. We have days blocked for the days until we are leaving. We started it a week before. So every morning they cross off a day so they know when it is that we are leaving. It helps them know just that you are coming back and how many days that they are going to be going through, and knowing before you come home, and just kind of easing some of the anxiety of not knowing how long that's going to be, especially because our kids are young. I mean, the 2-3-year-olds are having a hard time understanding like when we're leaving and what that's going to look like and when we will come back. So having a visualization I thought was going to be important, being able to help them understand something that they are having a difficult time comprehending. So we thought that it would be important for us to be able to talk to our kids about us leaving before we just like dropped it on them a day or two before we left. We didn't want to spring it on them, even though that's tempting because there's been so many questions, but it is okay to walk through them with those questions of, where are you going? What are you going to be doing? How long are you there? When are you going to be coming home? What are we going to do when you're gone? And all of those things. It just kind of helps them ease that anxiety when you're walking them through what they can expect and what that's going to look like. So I don't know why I'm so bad at this, but I don't have a lot of pictures in our house of us as a family. And that's something that I need to work on. But I went to CVS and I just printed off some pictures of us as a family that we can place by our children's bed and that they can kind of look at throughout the house, because I think it's important for them to be able to see like we are a unit, we are a family, we are coming home to you and we care for you and we love you. So with our son, we laminated it and put it right next to his bed so that he can look at that at night, because nighttime is definitely a hard thing for him and something that is scary. But for my mom to be able to point out to him like, hey, look, this is mommy and daddy, they care about you, they love you, and they're going to be back in a few days. I also wrote out a schedule to really help them understand what's going to be going on. They will have an idea of what is happening and I will run through it with them before we leave, and then my mom will be able to integrate that every day when she is with them and when they wake up, and maybe in a, you know, in a state of missing mommy and daddy, and being able to look forward to the things that are in the schedule that they enjoy and have fun with. So getting back to the story when I was 5, after my mom abandoned me, I was so distraught and so sad, and I made it through the first night, probably staying up for hours and feeling sick to my stomach because, you know, I was that dramatic kid. But then the next morning I had gone into my suitcase and I was moving things around, and I remember seeing this little white box. I looked at it and I was like, what is this? And then I, immediately opened it because I wasn't going to go ask if I could open it. I needed to know what was in there right then and there. It was a small gift and a little note from my mom. So of course I ran over to my Nana and I said, what is this? What is this? And she read it to me, and it was just about how my mom was leaving, but she loves me and she's coming back, and that every day I have a small gift that she has for me to open every morning when I wake up, so that I remember that she is thinking of me and that she loves me, and to help me get through the days, and something that I would keep me busy and fun to be able to kind of focus on that day. So that's when I decided, hey, this was such a cool thing for me and really helped me in that transition. Tip for this: it helps when you know what your child's love language is. So my sweet daughter's love languages and the way that she receives love is quality time and gifts. And I am not necessarily someone that loves to just be like, yeah, let's buy things and give you these gifts. Because I'm trying to be careful with like how much we spoil our children or things that they feel entitled to. But let me tell you, like, it really genuinely is one of her love languages and one that is important to her. So that's partially why I decided to do the gifts, and also the idea of being able to integrate feeding into your child's love language through the gifts. So in the notes, I will put something like, we miss you so much, but when mommy and daddy get back, we're going to set up a mommy-daughter date. We're going to set up a daddy-daughter date so you can have some of that one-on-one time. Start thinking about what you want to do when we have that time together. I mean, for the boys, like one of my sons is physical touch, like so much physical touch. But we're all that way, so I'm okay with it. So I got like a big stuffy that he can just hold and hug when he's missing us, and so trying to make it like smell like us, and spraying our perfume or cologne on it so that when he's hugging it and he's feeling sad, he knows that he can go and hug that. It's not physical touch, but in order to feel like he is getting some of that he needs and embracing a hug. So when you can integrate some of the love languages that your children have, it will help make those gifts and those notes go even further in the point of the whole thing, which is them really understanding that they are cared for and that they are loved in you leaving. So you don't know what the 5 love languages are. They are words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, gifts, and acts of service. So if you know, and you can watch your kids over the next few days and really try to see what fills those buckets of love, then those are things that you can integrate into the gifts and the notes that you are giving. And I'm praying and hoping that this goes real smoothly. Hey, this is Editing Sierra right now. I just wanted to share with you, we got back from our trip and the kids thought this was amazing. They loved the notes, they loved the gift ideas, and it really did help them a lot. And my mom said that, they looked forward to the mornings when they would get these gifts, and they would talk about them throughout the day, and they were excited and being able to look at the pictures, and it literally went as smooth as possible. And so the one that we were worried about actually did really well when we came home. Came right in and snuggled, and then in the morning kind of went through a few minutes of rejection and kind of pushing away and being like, get away from me. But within 10 minutes it was right back to normal. So excited that we were there. I think this went way better than we even thought it was going to, and I didn't put this before. We had chosen that we were going to do limited FaceTiming because that seems to be something that kind of triggers them a little bit more. So then being able to have those notes and those gifts and looking at the pictures, I think went really far and helped them in a big way. So if you liked this information and you want more like this, hit this video because that's the one that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy next. And I will see you over there.